Guys, we're gonna go on air, okay?
Okay.
Everyone please stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know what was going on.
Judy, will I leave this phone?
Who is that?
There's nobody.
We'll just turn it off, just hang it up. This special session of the Lincoln County Commission on February the 23rd, 2012 at 9 a.m. is now called to order. Members present is Charles McCann, President, Thomas Ramey, Commissioner via telephone, and Charles Vance, Commissioner via telephone. The sole purpose of this meeting is to accept the letter of non-acceptance from Jerry Alford, newly appointed sheriff.
Before we ask for a motion, I'd like to read his letter into record. It's the Lincoln County Commission, dated February the 21st, 2012. I wholeheartedly thank you for your expression of confidence regarding the sheriff's position. Unfortunately, upon further investigation of the requirements pertaining to the office of sheriff, I have determined that it is in the best interest of all concerns if I decline your offer. Although I was prepared to cease practicing law and prepared to devote at least 40 hours per week to the sheriff's office, it just isn't that simple. After review of the West Virginia Code 631, Section 5, the West Virginia Code 7-7-4, I contacted the Secretary of State's office, the West Virginia Ethics Commission, and the West Virginia Attorney General's office for guidance. Based on my review of the code and the guidance I have received, I have determined that I cannot legally and ethically serve as sheriff. I therefore respectfully decline the appointment to serve as interim sheriff. I co-own a small retail establishment in Lincoln County. I own and operate a family farm. I serve as trustee of a financial trust. I also serve as a guardian and conservator. It appears that each of these activities individually preclude me from serving as sheriff. A sheriff must not only devote full time to the performance of his duties, but shall not receive any compensation for any private service or duty. Again, thank you for your expression of confidence, Jerry D. Alford. With that letter, I do know that we're here for this emergency meeting to accept his non-acceptance, I guess, in this position. But I do want to certainly thank Mr. Alford for coming forth and being straightforward, although it doesn't help us any, because I think he would have done a super job. I felt very confident with him, and it just puts us on a little bit different, slower track, but we will begin to move forward once we accept his letter. So at this time, I'd entertain a motion to accept the letter.
So moved. I'll second that.
The motion and second to accept the letter from Mr. Alford. Being all yes votes, motion carries. So with that, the intent of the commission from this point forward will be to place an ad in the Lincoln Journal for next week, basically similar to what we had before. This one will be on the sheriff's application only, accepting of resumes up through March 1 noon, which is next Thursday. And once we have those applications, I will be able to bring those to the commission meeting that evening at 6 o'clock. And once we review those, if it's agreeable to the other commissioners, we will follow the same procedure or similar to that as we did before, asking each commissioner to review the resumes, and then between us, we'll try to pick those that we think need to be interviewed, and hopefully be able to interview those on March the 2nd, on Friday. May not be able to start until up in the day, 11 o'clock or something. Just need time to set interview times. We'll start on that immediately Thursday evening after the meeting. Just depends on where we can reach people or not. So hopefully that we will be able to have a meeting on Friday for the purpose of interview and selection of another person for the position of sheriff. if that's agreeable, that's sort of the plan. We'll move from here.
That's fine with me.
Yeah, that works.
Okay, anything else before the commission? Anything, Judy, that you know of? All right, we'll entertain a motion to adjourn this emergency special call meeting.
So
Second.
Been moved and second. We stand adjourned at 9:10. Thank you, guys. Hope you get to feeling better.
Didn't make it.
Thank you, get you feeling better.
Bye-bye.
How frustrating is this to, well, just to make it simple for everybody, go ahead and identify yourself on the tape, we know who you are.
Charles McCann, President of Lincoln County Commission.
How frustrating is this to have to kind of go back to square one on this one?
Well, I've never had this level of frustration in public office before. I think that it's one of those things you just have to take it minute by minute, day by day, but figure out what's best for the county.
I gather it was a unanimous vote, and everybody was pretty happy with Mr. Alford when he stepped up and applied for the interim position.
I think everyone was, and I was certainly pleased to have him show interest, and certainly pleased that the other commissioners, all of us agreed that this would be a good choice.
You got to go back to square one, basically, public ad, and then conduct a new set of interviews.
That's what we have. I polled the commissioners there to see if that was what they agreed to. You know, we had two options, I guess. One would be to review the people who applied before and go back and see if re-interview some of those, or interview them for the first time, because we didn't interview everyone. But I think it's the commissioners' desire that we take new applications. That could be those people who have already applied. It's a matter of calling and saying we want our application renewed, our resume renewed, have it ready, plus additional people.
So you'll be taking applications up until March the 1st, and then you hope to conduct interviews and make a decision on the 2nd. Is that what you're looking at?
That's what we hope. March the 2nd at noon, March the 1st at noon. That gives me time to process them and have them ready for the meeting at evening at 6.
And then sometime the following day, you'll set up interviews and try and, I guess you'll set up public time for that.
Yes, what we'll hope to be able to do is Thursday night, at the conclusion of our regular scheduled meeting, set up a time frame for those people who we are going to interview, make that public, and then on Friday, we hope to be able to have those scheduled sometime by noon and conclude that by the late afternoon, and hopefully agree to pick someone.
Are you hoping you'll get some new candidates come forward?
I suspect. I just felt that maybe since this was such an important position, that we should re-advertise, and the other commissioners have agreed to that.
Were there any strong candidates that you had last time that you're kind of looking at now, or is it just?
I haven't went back and looked. I know that in the last time we had limited it down to 3, and one of those was picked as the county clerk, so it's sort of limited what we could do, and then one withdrew that we had planned to interview, so we end up with only one person left standing. So I think what we need to do now is rethink that and see what comes forth. You never know who has an interest and what their qualifications are, and so I certainly haven't had any time to even think about it yet.
You think this might be the same thing that made Mr. Alford step down, might discourage other people from coming forward if they have to get rid of their businesses and things that they have?
Well, it could. I know it'll change my line of questioning. Remember, we had some pre-decided questions to ask, and one of the questions I think will be what Mr. Alford referred to about having any other interests of business that would have income that would, possibly make you either not meet the qualifications or cause some type of ethic concern.
Thank you. That's good.
I'm good. Yeah.
Thanks.
Thanks for your time.
Get paid.